When did you first join In My Disguise?
Jesus, probably just over a year ago.
Yeah?
I'd say, yeah.
So it was already pretty fully established.
Yeah, I was just looking for a band, and someone where I work tagged me in the advert.
Oh really?
So yeah.
So you
I
sort
just
of
got in
met
touch
them
with the
through a
guys,
friend.
and yeah, we went to the pub and just went from there.
Cool.
I first joined In My Disguise in August 2015.
Oh, so you're a
they-
newbie.
I'm a newbie. They'd already formed, they'd got a bit of a lineup before me. I came in and I just remember thinking one of my first experiences being this band is really, really tight. I can't believe. Been looking around, been in a lot of bands before. They never really seem to go anywhere.
They're a bit unprofessional.
Bit of a disconnect between between musicians, but I found this band and I just thought I can click in here,
Yeah.
and it worked out really well.
It becomes like a family after a while, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
You and Ollie are founding members. So when did that start for you, really?
We met in college. We were put together in a group project where we were to play loads of covers with other musicians, and basically from that point onwards, we got to know each other quite well. And from there, it was just a case of we met up to have a jam, and that jam turned into Song My Disguise. And from then on, we pretty much just hit it off with the same musical influences at the time, and trying to just create something that we found really fun at the time, which we did, and we used it with college assignments and stuff as well. So
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, 2009, I think that was.
2009.
I was there at the beginning, which was we were at college and we had a band thing go on, and some other stuff went on, and I don't know, somehow me and Lee were like, we should have a jam together, we should kind of mess around. And Lee said, oh, I write music, and I said, oh, I write music as well. So I met him at his, and we had a bit of a kiss and a cuddle.
And it was love then?
Yeah, no. He showed me a couple of instrumental stuff that he'd written, and I said, oh, write some lyrics to that, and yeah, I suppose it went from there. It wasn't until quite later on that we actually said we might as well like make it a band thing. It was just two mates, like just just having a laugh, I suppose.
Yeah. And then you decided,
Yeah,
hey, let's do
I think
this.
it's like actually we've got something going here. Let's get some other people together and make it work, turn it into something, because
it's got potential.
yeah.
The new EP, I think I know the answer to this already, but what is your favourite song to play on the EP and why?
I suppose it's got to be Hourglass. It's just it's really hard rock and in your face, but also, Scattered Memories is up there, because Scattered Memories is another one of those really cool riff-based songs. It's really good. Sometimes you hover on the note, but you can do some cool fills in there too. So, and it's really good. I love that. So both really, they're sort of neck and neck, bit of a tie there.
Hourglass, because of just how big of a sound it is.
It's massive.
It's really fun to play. It's got really good guitar riff in it. People, as soon as you play it, people recognise it now. So it's quite fun to see people's reaction.
Story.
Yeah. I don't think I've heard that
so.
one yet, actually.
That's quite chilled, like very acoustic-y kind of.
More of
song.
a ballad than you say.
I suppose, yeah. And I don't know. That song. I don't know. I just enjoy doing it. It's good.
Is it? So that would lead me into the next question, which would be, I suppose, does it speak to you on any level? I mean, which song speaks to you the most, and why? Really?
I suppose they all do in different ways. It's funny, like they're all kind of written lyrically about the same thing almost.
Right.
Like every song is kind of about the same thing. It's all about growing up and having bad days, feeling a bit lost, like
Yeah.
everyone does, at times.
It's something people can really relate to.
Yeah, and I suppose every song is a different take on that, like a different day, a different, I suppose through growing up you can feel a bit like misunderstood at times, and I suppose when I write it's often going back to that.
Yeah.
So, and drawing little bits out,
Well-
arranging them differently and trying to make it interesting.
Well, it's good to have so much. Sometimes take bad that's happened and take inspiration from that. And
Yeah,
some of the best
yeah.
songs have been written about
Yeah, I mean,
these
it's like
things.
we all have bad days,
Mm.
and I don't want the songs to sound like it's all bad days, because it's not. It's a case of like you have bad days, but it does get brighter at the end.
Yeah,
Like,
it's hope, light at the end of the tunnel.
there's
There's always hope.
and I suppose if I want any message to be spoken in the words that I write, it's that everyone has bad days, and that's completely normal. But
Yeah.
I still, when we play Alive, Ollie's vocals on Alive,
Mm.
whether I'm listening to the track in the car or that sounds a bit sad. It's our own
No,
song,
no,
but-
no,
Or
I think-
or like even just playing it, especially like when the verses make me get a little shiver still. It's Alive as well is sort of that first one that we kind of wrote from the very start since I've been in the band, so that's kind of special to me as well, I suppose.
Because that's
sort of-
when you first joined.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I had a bit more input in it than maybe a few of the older stuff, just because it's kind of like it was all done
Already. For you.
since I've been in the band, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think most people in the band would probably say story, I'd imagine. It sort of gives you the insight of someone who's so lonely and they've lost so much, but it's not the end of the road. It's a learning curve and something that you can pull yourself through. And it's like poetry in a way, story. Well, a lot of the lyrics that Ollie writes is more like poetry. It just portrays life in such a sort of dark and depressing way, but it still allows you to see the light at the end of the tunnel.